everyone?
I'm good.
My internet's a little sticky at the moment. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, it's ever since yesterday. Wow. Ever since yesterday, people were here for like the Easter egg hunt after a nor'easter, and our internet's been all crazy.
But
So
do you still
sorry
have
about
people in
that.
town, or did they leave?
No, they left because people don't stay here other than like events on days. So,
Gotcha.
they'll come for the Easter egg hunt right after a nor'easter, and then they'll leave. But it kind of overloaded us yesterday, and that's why I had to cancel the Seeking Sister Wives live because I couldn't connect. I couldn't even connect through my phone. Couldn't even use my phone as a hotspot. So I had to end that one. But that's okay. Because here we are now. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good.
I've
All
a
right.
little bit of a bug, but I'm slowly getting over it.
Well, let's say hi to everybody here real quick.
Okay.
Barbie, Franca, Addie, Velvet, Linda S. I have not gotten my mouse yet, so I'm a little bad. Susie Q, Mia Clark, Flower Child, Wicked, Brooks Knows, Steven C, MW, Rita, Wendy H, Miss Lisa, Brew, Patricia Widdicey, Rivera Rose, Rabbit of Chaos, Keela Bila, Tony Ann, and there we go. And that's our audience.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Oh, damn. Gotta check that.
You got everybody from my side too. Hello, everybody over there.
Hello.
So, yeah, we didn't do 90-day, Seeking Sister Wives last night.
It's starting off very slow, I will say.
Oh, I'm completely caught up. Well, I think it's on right now, or it was on an hour ago. It wasn't on 8 or 9.
I think it's on right now.
I think so.
So,
because I thought the Single Life was doing their tell-all, and then it's either at 9 or 10 Seeking Sister Wives.
Yeah. All right. So we're going against them right now. But I'm completely caught up. I don't think it matters, to be honest with you. I don't know. So yeah. Addie? How are you? How's everything going?
Oh, everything's going great. Just doing.
I heard you did a live yesterday.
I did. It was all over the place. Thank you for everybody who came to it. I'm trying to decide what I'm doing with my channel. That requires me to, concentrate, and I don't do that well. So.
Well, which is why we do so well that, we just kind of seat of the pants type of people.
Yeah.
Other than the internet thing, how are you?
I don't have much of a poker face. I don't. I'm just annoyed right now. I don't. I really.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why are we here right now?
Because you told us you wanted to go live about Happily Ever After.
Because you want to talk about feet.
I'm not sure about that. As I get older, I'm realizing the time is more precious, as it seems. And I'm like, why are we here right now with 68 people in this chat who barely care? I mean, the people in the chat here, you care, but then there's like, you divide that in half, and there's, 38 people that just absolutely don't care. And I'm sitting here struggling to, I could barely stand this show, and I'm here. And like, why are we here? Why? For this? I don't.
I thought you liked Happily.
I mean, I don't know. I liked Happily because it usually focused on OGs, but now it's just all new people, really. Other than Angela and Lauren, there's nothing really old about this show. And I've been watching it, and I have
Emily and Kobe, they're good. I like them.
I have a lot of notes for it, but again, this doesn't seem like worth anyone's time right now. It doesn't to me.
Well, we'll make it worth your time.
It, you know, and I put myself here and you put yourself here and we all put ourselves open to criticism. And, you know, for what? For 80 views and $3 ad revenue? Like, I just feel like all of our time would be better spent elsewhere, to be honest with you. I mean, I could take it like when we're doing Housewives Lives and like there's like under 100 people because like I know that Bravo isn't my go-to. It's not my bread and butter like 90 Day is.
Right.
I mean, it used to be, and that's why I still cover it. But I get it when like the numbers are low during a Bravo Live because you know I built myself off 90 Day and TLC, so I get that. But this is just abysmal.
Well, I mean, the show, I mean, even 90 Day, even Happily, I think, is starting out relatively slow. I mean, literally the only people who have been on are Jasmine Gino, Emily and Kobe, Ed and Liz, a little bit of Ashley and Manuel, and that's it. Rob and Sophie.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like this is a giant waste of time. I do. You know, especially from a business aspect where, 83 now, great. This is what I'm supposed to be making my money off of, but you know, this is my bread and butter, and like this, like I'd be making more money collecting cans and making 10 cents off them, and that's like the truth at the moment. So I just don't know if I want to do this, to be honest with you. I don't. I just have more fun not here when I'm with my husband or my friends and feeling like myself. And for us to be put up and like, you know, look at all the stuff that Addie's gone through because she's my friend and what's happening to her now. And, you know, even Wicked or Addie, she had a channel, but she kind of just got it off the ground again. So it's not like Addie's had a channel where she's like, pop, you know, and certainly Wicked doesn't. And, you know, they get attacked and, you know, everybody around me gets attacked and I'm here for what? 83 views. So I can make
honestly, I haven't been listening to other channels. So, I mean, literally, we've been so busy at work, which is a good thing. That
no, I'd rather.
Any of the people that I want to listen to, I don't have time to listen to. So,
you know, I just always kind of set myself to a bunch of standards, which you know I've been kind of letting it go as of late because there's been a lot of stuff, you know, behind the scenes going on, but. You know, at some point, you got to say, when do you call a spade a spade? And for me, this is to go through this and then get nasty comments and nasty messages and police. And it's not worth it for me. It's not. You know, it used to be, not now. And I just really have absolutely no interest in talking about the show. Like, I don't. Yeah. Do you guys want to? I'll drop down. I don't know. But it just seems to me like this is kind of like the end of it for me. Yeah, we could talk about P. Diddy. I mean, I don't know anything about him. All I know is that the FBI's raiding his house in Miami and California, and you know when the FBI's there, nothing's going to come from that. But that's all the information I have on that because I don't follow him. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to talk about anything. I feel like if I was talking about how much this one sucks and how much this one sucks, and you know, yeah, that I'd probably have like 800 here right now listening and grabbing onto their chairs. But since I don't want to do that, it's not who I want to be, and this is definitely not it for me. So sorry. I just don't know what to say. And then what I could set up tomorrow's live for Seeking Sister Wives, and then set it up, and it'll be like, you know, maybe there'll be 50 people there. Who cares? That won't be worth it. And again, like, you know, I have myself to blame for a lot of this. Not all of it, a lot. So, I mean, it's me. I'm not going to say it's not, because clearly I can't help myself when it comes down to it. You know, I can try to swallow and swallow and swallow what people give me, and it always comes up, and y'all know it because you've been following me for 10 years. So that's just how I work. I think it's how most human beings work, to be honest with you. But like, again, I've dealt with human beings that are just subhumans, and I just understand it at all. Like people who just hate me so much that follow me every second of every day. They know how many, but oh my God, I hate him. I don't follow him. But then I know it takes him 10 steps to get to the toilet from his living room. Yeah. And that's not even it. I just like, oh, on the floor. See, I'm just sucking all over the place. So, I'm just not going to do this for the views that I'm getting. It's not worth it. All this stuff that, you know, and trying to put yourself out there and do interviews and trying to get breaking news, and which I've all done in the last few weeks. And it just kind of falls flat. So, you know, people are either tired of me, which I know a lot of people are, because this has been the norm for like a long time. And, you know, like I always say, a leopard doesn't change their spots. And I certainly can't change mine. You know, I can try and be better. I could try to not do this or that, the other, and not say anything, but it's going to happen. You know, it's not good. And I just don't want to put myself out there for this. So that's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay.
Well, Nikki, I've been consistent. The only thing I haven't been consistent about was the tell-all was Seeking Sister Wives, and I had like a full start because I thought someone was going to be on there with me, and then that kind of fell through. So then I was trying to, like, you know, redesign it because I put a lot of stock into it. And yesterday was just Wi-Fi stuff. I couldn't control that. Yeah. So I feel like I've been pretty consistent.
Yeah, I just, you know.
What, Wicked? Tell me.
It just, I'm not sure.
Go ahead. You could just be brutally honest. I
know. It's disappointing I'll speak for myself, and I know the people in the chat, because, you know, we look forward to, and it's not so much that we're covering the show or whatever. It's just that we're interacting with you, and I don't think the show is that great to where we would or wouldn't talk about it, but they enjoy the interaction between us. And the show's just more or less the subtopic, if you will. But it is your channel. If you don't want to cover it, then
it's not that I don't want to cover it. I just feel like it's a waste of time. That's it.
Okay, well, I mean,
you know, and this is how we make our money, right? So if I'm not making money here, then I need to do something else. And again, I have myself to blame for almost half of it, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that reacted. So I can't blame this on anybody else, really. If I never reacted, I'd be way better off. But, you know, can't help myself. But I don't know. I just, you know, I don't know. I think that maybe my birthday is hitting me a little harder than most this year because I'm turning 45 and I go from like the 34 to 35 to the 44 box
You
to
just
now
check
like
up a box.
and now like the 45 box to the 54 box. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's, a crazy box to be in. And like,
I felt the same way.
I'm like a stone throw away from getting like senior coffees at McDonald's now. And I don't know.
I mean, it could be worse. Like my dad was getting senior coffee when he was your age because he was completely like silver haired. My dad
Yeah,
was
but
very
Franca, this
early.
shit ages you. Really? Look at the people on YouTube and look how they've aged since they've been on. Okay.
But I'm just saying. Take some antihistamines, John. They make everything brighter.
Well, yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, the antihistamines, it just like numbs it. It does. Yeah, but then you have to wake up and get hit with the realization that, like, it is what it is.
Right.
And I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. I'm not anything. I'm just trying to soak this all in and realize that this whole John Yates, whatever you want to call it, I think it's run aground, really. And I had a conversation with a few people about this, and I don't know, but there's just so many more things I'd rather be doing. And if it was just talking about these stupid shows, and I could deal with low numbers if that was the case, not getting paid, but then you have all the other stuff on top of it, courts and craziness, and people leaving stuff at your house, and people leaving crazy gifts at your door because it's your birthday in 2 days, and then you open something up and it's nothing that you'd ever want to see in your life. So it's just a lot of that, which I'm not going to give the people the attention that they so want by me going live and saying I got this sent to me for my birthday, and like, I don't care. It's just it is what it is. And it's not worth this to me. And it's just not. So I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sure everyone's going to thoroughly dissect everything I have to say for the next, 15 years, because that's how long my shit lasts. But I had planned on doing Seeking Sister Wives tomorrow night, but now I don't care. What's the point? Like, we had that good Scott interview, and I figured, like, I knew Scott was, controversial like me. So I figured that might turn some heads, but nobody cared. And like, again, he's been off for a while. It wasn't like really cutting edge shit that I was giving y'all. I just figured, like, but I've been at this for a long time, so I could kind of gauge in my head after a decade of doing lives and interviews and recaps and whatever, where things may fall. And it just, everything's been so, and again, it's my fault. I can't blame anybody but myself at the end of the day. I let them push my buttons and I reacted. So it's my fault. It's completely 100% my fault. I just want to say this before I end this live. Back when I started YouTube, I'm going to smoke a cigarette while I tell this story away from the computer. Back when I started YouTube, back in 2018, it was me, the only YouTubers, and I had never gone on YouTube, nothing. I had only gone on YouTube to post my IG interviews, which, God, if somebody told me back in 2016 that like I could make money off of these videos, I'd be like, you're crazy. And like, look at all those IG lives I did between like what 2016 and 2020,
Right.
all gratis, all for nothing. Just to get like my name mentioned and get maybe get written in an article somewhere where, according to dumb nurses, they don't pay you $500 per article. So, you know, but that's like networking, getting yourself out there and bop. But I didn't know about YouTube until really Monica and Sherelle kind of told me about it, because at that time when we were still in the motel homeless, is when I kind of became, well, I was friends with Monica for a long time, but I hadn't talked to Monica for a bit, so I kind of re-talked to Monica again. And then, you know, Sherelle was a new friend at the time, and both of them convinced me, rightfully so, and I think that they did, that I go on YouTube because Instagram doesn't pay for these interviews and YouTube does. So I was like, oh my God, finally like a way I can like actually like make money off of this. This is crazy. You know, I've been doing this for years. And at that point, I've been doing it for 6 years, and as a hobby that you get your ass handed to you every day, you know. So I was like, oh wow, okay, I can finally get paid. And to Sherelle and Monica's credit, they got me on the YouTube streets, and I started finally making money and actually feeling like, you know, I was doing something that like I was supposed to do. Like my heart was in it, like, you know, because the teaching didn't work and this, that, and the other, but whatever. So we're all on there, and then like, you know, and like, you know, me, Monica, and Sherelle at the time were like, you know, 3 gossip bloggers, right? And we were all good friends. Like we should not have been helping each other. Like, you know, we're all the competition in our own eyes, right? So the fact that they did go so far as to help me get on YouTube on their platform, mind you. Well, Monica started kind of at the same time as me, but Sherelle had already been there. But on their platform was like, you know, wow, thank you so much. You know, and then, so for a while, like, you know, I had my channel, Monica did her thing, Sherelle did her thing, whatever. We were all, you know, and there were, you know, other people involved. But those, like, you know, going back to the old YouTube days, those are the 3 channels I think are mine, Sherelle, and Monica. And then, you know, as channels grow, as they do, you get like, you know, fights between creators.
Right.
Which is always going to happen, you know, especially like when you're sharing subs, because, you know, if a sub's in that chat and not in your chat, but you brought that sub there and this, that, and the other, like then like, you know, you're mad. And it's just like, it's always a slippery slope with YouTube. But that's fine. Like that comes with the territory. But then people on YouTube, moderators of my streams, moderators of other people's streams, they started their own YouTube channels to talk about the people they were supporting, and then they all started making money off of YouTube. And then, you know, meanwhile, we're getting blamed for, oh, I'm having my hags fight all my battles for me. Remember that? For how many years did I go through that? Years. Like, oh, John has all these people fight his battles for him, like the nurse or the defendant or like the turkey teeth. And I got blamed for it. I said, I can't control these people, y'all. And when I did try to have a little bit or some light control of it, like with the whole Cooch thing with Heidi, like, look what happened. Blew up in my face. Trying to help people. It didn't matter. So then more people, more subs and more moderators and more members started their own YouTube channels. So you have YouTube channels based off of YouTube channels, based off of YouTube channels, based off the YouTube channels, based off of YouTube channels. Okay. So now you have like subs, all with their paid, monetized YouTube channel, just going after whoever they can. So more people will listen there. And I'm saying here the whole time, I'm saying, like, look, all these people were the ones fighting, and they're still fighting, and now they're on their channels and they're getting paid to fight, but it was my fault, right? Right. But that's forgotten about. But that's all forgotten about. How I was running this hag army of assassins.
Not the hag army of assassins.
Having people call people's jobs, having people call people's families, and I had nothing to do with anything. And everybody knows because these people couldn't help themselves. And now you have more mods and more subs, and now everyone on YouTube has their own channel and can speak on their own subs, their own members, or like whoever. And YouTube is just an ugly, dirty, nasty ass place. And circling back to my original point, I miss the old days of when it was just me, Monica, and Sherelle. But this is how this works. And then people see me making money. Oh, look, John was a Instagram blogger or whatever you want to call me, or a Twitter poster or whatever.
Callers are coming in again.
And you know, he's making money, so why can't we just go live and talk about them? And sure enough, that'll work for them. And I mean, the amount of people who have their own channel and now from the original three of us, me, Cheryl, and Monica, it's just crazy. Because it shows that you don't need to have any type of talent or tact or class or education or intelligence or beauty inside or out to do this. All it takes is just a miserable person with an internet connection to go on YouTube and make people's lives living hell. And that's where it is right now. And that's where, you know, the money pays. And it's just not for me anymore. And to come into this live and see, like, you know, I start this live and there's 18 people in the chat and I'm like, why am I here? Why? You only cared when I was at Angela's house breaking that news, and look at all the thanks I got for that, right? So
I mean, on the bright side, you got a new computer out of it.
which makes me feel even more horrible because I'd already planned on doing this.
So it's,
You know, I don't know anymore, guys. I'm just being honest. But I don't know. You know, and for everybody else, yeah, Nikki, that's not a compliment. It's not a compliment saying there's 129 people here when there could be 800 people live watching me, no matter what I went live about. And again, my fault. I mean, I only have myself to thank. It's my fault. But I'm just embarrassing myself further by continuing on trying to be the person that I was maybe a few years ago, or the person that people think I could still be. And that person is drowned and dead and not the same person that's here now. It just, too much shit has happened. And it is what it is. You know, and for the up and comers, having maybe over 100 people in your chat, it's a big deal, probably. But you have to forget, like, don't forget, like, I used to go live on Periscope with Danielle when she was still on Happily, and have 4,000 live people in my chat. That's how I started. So to see this horrible decline, and And again, I'm not bringing you like, right now this is a recap live. And I would expect that live to maybe have like, between, well, in the olden days, between like 400 and 500, maybe within the last year, maybe between 200 and 300, but not 15. That's not happening. And certainly not when, I kind of went back in on the 90-day, but I probably had too many chances, and I probably lived my last life. So but it's not worth for me to have you guys up here and then you get attacked by vicious people because you're here supporting me. For what? And I'm not splitting my $3 that I make with you.
I literally have not watched another stream, and I really don't care what they think of me. It's not going to change my opinion of you or, anyone else, because it's just not. I mean, could people potentially make me change my mind? Yes. Do I think that they would make me change my mind about you? No.
No, and just so we're clear, like I went downhill, Velvet. I mean, the show went downhill, absolutely. Like, there's a lot of people who can't stand it. Yeah, but I, in turn, went downhill with the show because I couldn't help myself. And, I do have a TLC-based audience, despite all my efforts to bring people to Bravo or to try and watch, like, the All of Love shows that we watched all those years ago, or even trying to talk about Deal or No Deal Island. And, it's it's ruined. And
I wish you understood or felt the love and the support that you have for yourself for this. I mean, whether it's you're talking about, cooking or cleaning out your refrigerator, 90-day, it doesn't matter, because people come here to watch the interaction. The show is secondary.
it's just.
But I mean, if I'm, if you don't want to cover it, you don't want to cover it. I can't force you. It's your channel.
I don't want to cover anything. It's an embarrassment to me, honestly. That's like, my pride stepping in here a little bit. Because, like I said, I can deal with the low numbers for Bravo. I can deal with that. But for TLC, no, man. And when I see numbers like that.
I mean, to be fair, look at the cast that they've had thus far.
And the cast is not going to get any fucking better, and it's not going to be be better on any other TLC show that we cover. Look how fake Sick and Sister Wives is. It's bullshit. I mean, like, and for Christ's sakes, like with the whole Garrison stuff, like, I mean, I even gotten chewed up a lot because I said, "Oh, what a sin," because it was a sin, because it's a tragedy, it's a shame. And like, look how many other bloggers rhymes with Haiti Hoy that have gone live and made 8 million lives about Garrison, right? I did 2. I did once when it happened because I was shocked. And I did one the next day because there were developments. And I said at the end, I can't be this type of blogger that sits here and monetizes these lives and try to make money off of Garrison. I can't. So, I mean, I talked about him here and there, but I can't do that. And I could have, and it was certainly nice seeing high views, but off of what? Off a tragedy like that? Like that is, if that's how I can get it, then I need not be here. you know, and oh my God, John Yates, and like the comments they're leaving about me on, like, you know, Christine's like, you know, John Yates said that Garrison's death was a sin and he's gonna burn. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And no shade to Katie Joy. I'm just saying, like, she did really make a lot of lives about it. Just like this shit with Angela Michael. Like, God, every time I do a post on Instagram, but you, like, no matter who it's about, I could be posting about a goddamn Care Bear, but you think Angela doesn't abuse my, it's God. And I don't make dick on Instagram, man. They don't pay you to post like they used to with the reels. They don't. So why am I putting myself open to that, to get shit on? Like, that's why I don't even care. And in 2 days, I'll be like in that next box. And I have to look at my life. Is the box
bothering you that much?
Well, it puts it into perspective. It really does. Your stages in life are those boxes. Really. Okay, they are.
But you should be thankful you're at that next box.
Yeah, well, at that box with nothing to fucking show, man. It's, you know. So yeah, I'm having a midlife box crisis.
Not the midlife box.
I am.
I mean, you know, it's not like you're getting your AARP membership in the mail next week.
That comes in 5 years. Exactly. I got it when I hit 50.
I think seen a lot of them, believe it or not. Which I'm kind of shocked.
You can't use it at 50 either, so it doesn't do you any good.
I know, but I'm 55 and I still haven't received a whole lot of info on it.
Yeah, they wanted me to upgrade or update.
No, it's not a shit week, MTT. It's not. It's not a shit week. I promise you. I've had actually a great week. And I really had. And then when I saw, like, you know, and I didn't even want to do this live tonight. Ask Cody. I'm like, I didn't want to. But I went into it thinking, all right, there'll be people here. And like, once I see the people here, I could turn around and like try to have fun with it and whatever. But then like, there's like 15 people here when the live starts.
Well, to be fair, you were on time.
Yeah.
Well, that's usually when numbers go up as soon as the live hits, because a lot of people wait for it to come up on their thing and then they click. Then they may not be sitting in here waiting. So the numbers, yeah, it doesn't matter what I say.
Right.
There's really just no point for me to do this anymore and to spend all the time I do on the phone trying to make things happen, trying to get tea, trying to get, like, you know, you guys don't know. Like, you just think I sit here, like, and Cody's feeding me grapes all fucking day? That's not how this house works. It doesn't. You know, I'm constantly trying to, like, get things to happen. And, you know, unlike all these YouTubers of subs, of members who just don't have anything. They don't work at all. They don't try to make anything happen. They don't try to give you real content. They'll just go live and pick a fight with somebody and speak about that for 6 hours in a row and then make like $800 doing it. That's crazy. So there's really no point in me being here.
Up to you, babe.
There's not. And clearly I have nothing to offer anybody.
Why do you think that?
If only a handful of people are coming here to watch me. That's not thinking it. That's fact. That's the truth. You can't lie with math. You can't. Yeah, and then Sharon, this live will get reported, and then it'll go yellow, and then I won't make any money off it, just like every fucking live I do. It doesn't matter what I talk about.
Yeah, I don't understand how the algorithms or whatever, I don't understand above my reasoning, common sense of YouTube. I don't understand how that works, so I don't know.
You know, I only have a few good years left of my life, to be honest with you. Like, I have a plethora of ailments coursing through my body. So does my husband. I really just hope, like, you know, it's a joke to everybody, and, you know, that people see, like, oh, we're going to push his buttons, or we're going to do this again, react. And they've done it, and I reacted, and you know, they play me like a fiddle to their.
I agree.
One
Angela.
point, and then at
Angela,
one
go.
point, you're going to be amped up enough to just explode. But this is a business at the end of the day for me. This is where I make my money. This is what feeds our household and pays the rent and everything. And this is not what a paycheck makes. It's just not. So, and then I have to feel bad about letting everybody down all the goddamn time, because, you know, I went on Siwa's live last Monday, a week ago today, and I unloaded about everything. You know, I try to go the legal route and go court, and we just got our 10th continuance. So, and not one had anything to do with me, because I showed up every time, and my witness just showed up every time, and my attorney showed up every time since September, and here we are now almost in April, where there is still no clear end in sight. So what am I supposed to do while they still all attack every one of my witnesses, my moderators, my panelists every day? Most recently, Addie. From what, a day ago, Addie? If you're still here. So yeah, that weighs on me too. It's just tiring. And I wish, no, let me strike that. I was gonna say I wish that I could wake up every morning like they do, with just a smile of hate when they wake up, and how they could talk badly about this one and this one and that one and the other one and the other one. But that's not me. I mean, have I mentioned them? Oh, absolutely. But it's you know, when I can't take it anymore, and they do it every day with, like, no recourse, no soul, no emotion, no, like, it's just every day. And that'll bring you to S, which it brought me to twice because of this. But no, again, I'm still the asshole, right? I didn't try to take my own life. No, the cat scratch wasn't too deep. Oh, and then the ketchup that I used to fill my arms in was too bloody. And it's a lot that comes with this territory.
Right.
Hopefully, as it gets to that level with everybody, I would hope. But I mean, there's a lot. And, you know, to be sitting here trying to get some type of justice against somebody for 7 months now, it's just a joke. Like, you know, what kind of hope does that give anybody? Like, oh, look, right. John Yates, he's trying to fight these people in court. He's trying to get, like, you know, his justice. And what does that show anybody going through anything even remotely like this? Oh yeah, have faith in the legal system, or just take your life. That's how I would see it.
I think the 10 continuations have done a disservice to everyone.
Not everyone. because there are certain people who are benefiting off this because who don't want it to end. And to the people who live in Dade County, Miami, I would all start writing your local politician and being like, I'm seeing that a restraining order case is taking now 7 months. And of our case, only an hour was heard of like about 30. Right. That because that's how this justice system works, right?
What a joke.
Okay, well,
Well, I'm sorry this didn't end up to be what I thought it was going to be, but I knew going into it, I saw the numbers and I was just annoyed. And it's my fault. And I'm sorry that both you and Addie kind of got suckered into this. You didn't do anything. It's my fault. And I'll fall on that blade. But when I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed. And I have no poker face. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You all know that. I always have, and I always will. It's my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. So that's how I am.
okay, well, I'm going to jump down.
All right, bye, Wicked. Have a good night.
Thanks. See you guys later.
I'm here. I have less of a poker face than you. I can't do it. That's why I keep going on. I have resting witch face, even if I'm, yeah. So I don't know what to say. I have tried to yeah. I don't. We'll talk outside.
So I honestly don't know what more I have for you guys. I don't. YouTube is not a happy place. And if I could be anywhere else on a different platform away from anybody, I'd be there in a hot second. I would. I don't know what my goals are. I've tried so many times to come back and be better, and I always fail. So, at what point do you just give up? When something is making you incredibly unhappy, but you still keep doing it for who? For whose benefit? When you're putting yourself out of money and I don't know. And again, just to reiterate, this is my fault. I should not have reacted. I should never have fought back. But when people are coming at you with heinous lies, like you faked cancer, you faked suicide, you faked whatever else you faked, like it's stuff that you kind of have to defend yourself on. So, and they know that. But got people, nah, never mind. Not even worth it.
I'll support you in whatever you do. You don't lose me.
Nope, I have no plans for my birthday, Nikita. Zero. It's on a Wednesday. It's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, but when you clarify, Ruth, then you bring attention to all them and you send people their way. It just, I really wish everybody knew like the inner workings of how this shit worked. Like on how YouTube works when you mention somebody. And that's why, like, the saying is you fight up and down. So people who are way lower than you fight up and they will say whatever they can. Horrific statement. So now you kind of have to say something about it, and then you mention it, and then you're giving those bottom feeders below you the time of day that they so desperately want, and you raise them up. And then you raise them up, and then they think that they're bigger than you now.
And you raise them up. How does that make sense?
So, if this was still a hobby and it wasn't my business, it would be a different thing. I'd be like, okay, whatever, we can still talk about the show. I don't care. Like, I'm not making any money off this, but this is not a hobby. It's not. So I just can't be these miserable people that are on YouTube just to. I mean, I've done that, and I fought back, and look where it's gotten me. It's nowhere fast, man. So I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm not going to embarrass myself. And, because I get embarrassed enough when they count my numbers and I see it on Reddit or people send me screenshots. Oh, look, only 40 people watching John Yates live. He's done. He's ruined. Well, I mean, usually those times when it's a Housewives live, granted, but I mean, there's still a little truth to it. And I'm certainly not going to keep this going when it's for a 90-day live. No, man. So, I had no idea I was really gonna go into this whole big diatribe once this live started. Honestly, like I was going to wait to see what loaded when I hit the live button, and I was going to go from there and see what kind of turnout I had gotten, because we've been doing 90-Day Fiancé recaps every Monday for, I don't know, 8 years. So you can't tell me I'm not consistent with it. So I wanted to see us doing a 90-Day Fiancé recap again to see what the numbers were going to be. And podcast is a horrible idea. Tried that with Monica. Already been down that road. Podcasts work on sponsors and advertisers, and you know how these people work. If I sponsor, hi, this podcast is sponsored to you, which would never happen, by Coca-Cola, my favorite drink in the whole wide world. Guess how many people are writing to Coca-Cola as this is happening? And then guess who's going to drop me? And again, my fault, because I said some crazy things that these people want me to say. But podcasting, horrible. And honestly, with podcasting, like, I'm not an audio person. It's why I hate not going live on camera, because I rely on my facial situations a lot. And that's half my shtick, is my face. So, can't really show that on a podcast. So that it would never really work that well. Just being honest.
Honey, where is the they have it on what's going out. But they got it left. It's all over TikTok and put his hands behind
Well,
his
Diddy's
head.
in trouble.
Rubbed out backwards. Oh, lordy. I'm gonna hop in the shower.
But that's it. That's all I got, really, guys. I'm gonna end this. Not gonna be a big giant pity me party. Just have a great day, and I don't know.
Stay safe and treat others with kindness.
We'll see you when we see you. Bye, everybody.